Shiloh, you missed your cue. You're supposed to lead off the podcast.
Oh
Oh, man. Hey, guys. Welcome back to another ATN podcast. Today we have a few topics we're going to talk about. Not sure which one we were going to talk about, though. I guess we can start with golf with your friends. Did you play that before, Shiloh?
I just told this to Nathan earlier. I think I played it one time barely, and it was like glitching for me for some reason.
Oh,
And
okay.
everyone else, I think everyone else. I don't know if you remember it being glitchy or if it was just me, but I
No.
remember joining you guys one time because you're like, "Yeah, it's fun. You should play with us." I wanted to play with all of you, and it was like glitching for me, and it was like, "Oh, that normally doesn't happen." So I was like, okay, so I just didn't play with you guys. So.
Okay.
Okay.
It might have been early access at the time because it was for
I
like
think
the
so.
longest time, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, they sold it to another company, though.
I'm
Super
excited
recently.
To see them get attention like this. This is cool.
I was surprised because I was on the I was just on Google looking for gaming news, and this is what one of the topics that popped up. And I haven't played this one in a while. Like I think this is the last map that I might have played, which was like the Halloween one or like the horror map. But yeah, apparently they had sold it to another company. It was Team 17. 12 million euro though, dude. I was actually I was surprised. Yeah, I was surprised about that. I for the game that we've played, like this game, I think it's a lot of fun. But I would not have expected the IP to be worth that much though. 12 million.
I feel like this little companies like this is our baby. We're never gonna sell it. And then
Mm-hmm.
another company comes by and's like, "How's 12 million?" Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We'll sign.
That's what I would do. Yeah.
I would too.
I mean,
They don't have to work
12
for it.
million is a lot. I mean, for something that seems very basic of an IP,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money. I mean, especially if you're looking into getting into another project, like if that's something you wanted to do, was to start a whole new project, like that already funds it right there, or at least
Even if it
get
was
to
just,
started.
5 million, a million. I'd be like, "Yep."
Yep, yeah.
You know, like
I would just be a
That's
one
awesome.
and done, make the game and then
Yeah.
bug out
try to
basically.
do something else.
Yeah, but it'll be
Yeah.
exciting though because I like the game. I just the last time I was on there, I don't remember there being too many maps. Like this is the last one I remember. I think they might have came out with one or two more, but with this, I don't know how big Team 17 is. I mean, maybe you guys could do the research right now, like look that up. But I'm assuming that with this, it's going to be probably a bigger company because I think the original company might have been smaller. So this one, having a new company buying them out, will probably, hopefully, be able to help them create something a bit bigger and come out with more content a lot faster.
Yeah.
I don't know the company much or whatever, but I just did a quick like translation of like 12 million euros to American dollar to see the value. When did they buy the company? Just recently.
It was like in the last like couple days. So this post was January 21st.
It should be
It's like a
current
week
then,
ago.
but it's actually more. They got more for their money if American dollar wise. It's 12 million
Right.
euros is worth $14.5 million.
Yeah, that's insane.
So I imagine they're kind of a successful company.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the game. I think it took. I remember when the game came out, a lot of streamers, and it was big on YouTube for a long time. Like a lot of people were playing it,
Huh.
so it definitely got a lot of attention.
I just remember you, me, and Devin playing it in Shiloh.
It felt like a ghost town.
Yeah. Hmm. I mean, I never looked at online servers really. Like there was quite a few servers there, but I never watched it like on Twitch or anything.
I think I remember like big YouTubers like even Markiplier like was playing it with some of his buddies for a while. And
Oh, really?
So even big people like that were playing
Huh.
it and actually advertising the game. So yeah, it got
Yeah.
pretty big. So good for them. I mean, I'm happy
Yeah.
for them because
Oh,
this
yeah.
game was a lot of fun. You don't see everyday golf games where you can turn into a million different shapes in golf. With
Right. I mean, that was the most fun that I got out of the game was the different shapes that you can do. Like you can change the gravity, so you could do like very low gravity. You could do crank the gravity up if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I thought that's what made it fun because all these other golf games, they're somewhat pretty much the same. Like it's just golfing, but maybe has like a wacky twist. This one has like the most wackiest of a twist that makes it just goofy. Like it takes forever. Sometimes you don't even make the I don't even want to like. I don't even know if you could even call it a ball because sometimes it's just an acorn or it looks like that little nipple ball. But like those ones are the hardest ones to get in there. And but I think that's what's the fun of it is just trying to spend 10 minutes trying to wasting all of your strokes trying to get it inside the hole, and it's like it makes it a lot of fun.
I bet it is. Wasting all those strokes trying to
I'm like, I just need Nathan forehead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was trying to look up some of these games that this company is for, and I was kind of surprised that they could afford to buy that game and whatnot, just because of the games I'm seeing that they are known to have made, I guess. Every single game I'm looking at here looks like an app game. Like, I don't know if you guys heard of the Escapist kind of game. It looks like a pixel type 2D kind of game. But I guess they did. I guess they did one called the Escapist: The Walking Dead, so they were able to do a Walking Dead one. They have the Survivalists, Worms Rumble, Overcooked 2. The only one that looks serious is called Hell Let Loose. That came out in 2019. That one's familiar. But aside from the Escapist, like literally, and then there's a Blasphemous. But
Wait,
other than that, none of these games look familiar at all. And some of these games are showing up for PS2. Yeah, Team 17.
this company's familiar for Hell Let Loose? I didn't know that. They're the ones that are behind it. Wow.
I guess so. Neon Abyss, which came out in 2020. I don't really know about that game, but the cover looks familiar. But yeah, so it's just kind of funny to see because it, like, I don't really recognize any of these games at all, and I know a lot of these games look older or like app kind of games, or PSP games, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, they bought Golf with Friends. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they've done a lot though. I guess they were established in like 1990, so I guess they've been around for 30 years. So
It's cool to see smaller game companies like Golf with Your Friends, like indie developers, and then a big company takes interest in them. It's like being a little brother and like your big brother like basically takes you out and hangs out with you. You know what I mean? Like it's just cool to see bigger companies investing in these small indie games because that you don't see that every day, and I really like that. I appreciate it. I appreciate this company a lot, sticking up for Golf with Your Friends because they can see the potential in this game and they're like, we don't want to let it die. That's cool.
let it die, let it die. You guys ever remember the Lorax?
Yeah, I haven't seen them forever.
It's been a long time.
He's like, they're like all singing a happy song, whatever, and he's like just singing after them. He's like, let it die, let it shrivel up, and who's with me?
Shrivel up and die. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess speaking of graphics cards, though, we were talking about that earlier. I guess kind of when we were talking about Golf with Your Friends, just trying to run it in general. We were talking about them the other day, though. Some other games, I can't remember what it was, but I had saw that they came out with the 3060. I thought the 3060 was already out because I feel like I always forget that they come out with these other increments of cards where it's like the 3080 or the 3090, and then they'll go backwards. Like they'll work backwards and then go in between to make like these cheaper, more affordable models that are still like really good. But this one, it's a 3060 and it's only $329 though, for this one.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It looks pretty good.
I'm not sure what it, it still has ray tracing, which is super cool too. Capable of 1440p.
So what was the point in the price drop on this? Was there a reason?
Basically, like all I see right here is just that you just save $100 over buying the 3070. So it's like $100. It's like $100 cheaper. Yeah. So it's like if you bought the 3060 or like the 3060, Ti, it would be $100 cheaper, but it's pretty much just gonna be a very small percentage difference between that one and then like the next card. So they kind of have like, these different cards that are out. But it says that the 3060 is 50% more video memory than the next two more powerful siblings, which is the 12 gigs and then the versus the 8 gigs 3060 Ti and the 3070. So it has 50% more memory.
Yeah, I think the 3070 Ti was like $600, $700, $800 new.
Yeah.
More, actually.
So that's kind of cool though.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's not a bad deal. It's for people who want to be PC Master Race, but cheap.
Right. So it kind of looks like you get 50%, like it says 50% more memory. So you actually get 12 gigs on the 3060. The 3060 Ti and the 3070 are only 8 gig cards, so you get more VRAM on there. But it's
This reminds me of like if you put a Goodwill in the middle of Hollywood shopping.
what?
Like
Oh, this right
Hollywood
here,
Gold Bar.
or what? Yeah,
It's
pretty
like
much.
it's like the Goodwill of graphics cards. Basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like you want to be fancy, but you're like, I don't want to spend that much.
We're gonna go check on the new trailer just to make sure that our windows are closed.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Right.
But yeah, so that's kind of cool though. I kind of like the idea though, where they kind of have these cards that are just in the middle of like one card and then the next, just because like you save a lot of money from buying them, but it still gives you just about the same performance of the other cards, just a lot cheaper. But
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good deal.
that's kind of all I had on there. It was just more of an update that there's a new card out there.
No, that's
That's
exciting.
pretty.
man.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
But I felt like for a while, so you were just talking about the scale, but Blake's sister's boyfriend, he was like, oh yeah, I'm waiting for the 2080 because they haven't gotten the 2080s in yet, and all of a sudden I'm hearing about this 3060. Like,
Yeah, there's already 3080s and
A little
3090s
confused.
out. Those are
So,
the newest
there's
ones.
those, even though none of you guys could get your 2080s.
I have that one in my computer. That's why I bought the computer, was because they didn't have cards for sale.
I was talking with him about it a few weeks back, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I pre-ordered it and I couldn't get it. I was still waiting on it." And he's like, "Over a month."
Yeah,
So,
nobody
I just
could.
find
There
it
was
funny
nothing
how
out
it's like
there.
no one could get it. They're all waiting on that, but then all of a sudden it's like, "That's right, 3060 and 90 and."
Yeah, no, these ones were announced a few months like back, probably like when he was first waiting for the 2080. These were like already announced, and I think they were already out. They just weren't
still
really
using-
like on sale
Still
yet.
using the brand new, 1050 Ti, and
Oh yeah,
I'm
What's
just trying to
funny-
catch up. No.
What's funny about graphics cards is these companies already have like 2 or 3 generations already ahead.
yeah,
Already made. But they're just waiting
Oh, yeah.
for people to buy these so they can bring out the next one. They already have the 4080s,
Yeah.
the 5080s, the 6080s
Right.
already set and ready to go. They're just
Yeah.
not going to put them out yet because they want to make money. you know?
yeah.
And they,
We could get Shiloh. We could get Shiloh to run dual cards. I wonder if that would work. Running his 1050 Ti, because it's like equivalent to my 960. So I wonder if he could SLI my card in there.
The SLI, that would be funny.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Give him more VRAM too. That would definitely help out. We'll have to see if that would work.
You should try it sometime.
Yeah, I think his board does take another card. I'll have to see. If not, I know they do have adapters you can get for your video card, and then you can SLI through the adapter. But yeah, this next one, maybe you could talk about it, Nathan. I haven't really looked too much into this one, but you said it was Atomic Heart.
Yeah, so basically BioShock set in Russia. There you go.
Okay.
That's all you need to know. So, yeah, so
I got two.
this game is, it's just it's set in Russia. I don't know what time period exactly, but basically it's the BioShock of Russia. You play a main protagonist in Russia, and it's like a fallen apocalyptic setting. Well, really new. We've never seen that before in any other zombie open world game, right? Everything's always set in Russia.
Right.
But the game has a lot of similarities to BioShock, and what am I thinking of? Crap. I'm trying to think of a game that just came out a couple of years ago. It reminded me a lot of.
Wolfenstein?
The one set. No. The
Oh.
one set in space where it was like.
I was thinking
BioShock as
Wolfenstein.
well.
The one in space?
Yeah, you're like on a spaceship, and you're like stuck
Dead
to like
Space?
these alien creatures are attacking. Kinda, but no, it's not Dead Space. Crap, this is gonna drive me crazy now.
It just came out recently, or what?
No, it's been up for a few years now. Let me see here.
Huh. It does look pretty cool, though. I mean, I think it's kind of funny because this video just came out 8 days ago, and I feel like every video that this game comes out with is just the same. All it is just little teasers. Like, it's nothing else about the game, which is kind of nice because I noticed there's too many games out there. Mainly movies. Movies have a huge problem doing this. They take out all the good parts from the movie and they throw that into a trailer, so you've already seen everything. So I feel like that's kind of the nice thing about it is you don't know what to expect when you play it. But then again, gaming is kind of different because you want to see the gameplay. Like, that's the whole, bread and pudding of why you even want to buy it, because you want to be able to make a first, first impressions are a huge thing with the game. Yeah. So, if it doesn't look fun to play, chances are you're probably not gonna have fun playing it. So, but I noticed that all the trailers this game comes out with is like, here's a little like teaser. It's all in game, capture, and it looks the same.
The game I was thinking of is Prey, by the way.
Prey, okay,
yeah. Yeah, it reminds me of like Prey and BioShock.
This game looks like it was made. This game looks like it was made with the same engine and the same graphics models as Cyberpunk, with BioShock-esque gameplay, kind of Doomish as well, mixed with Last of Us because of the clickers.
Yeah. This one came out like 5 months ago, though. This one reminds me of Advanced Warfare.
Like the way he looks and stuff.
Yeah.
Skeleton.
Yeah, this game looks pretty cool, though. I mean, it definitely looks kind of unique. Holy crap, dude! Look at the arm hairs on this guy.
It's just, look at all the detail.
He shaved it. And
dude, yeah, look at the arm hairs. Why are they so dark? He's Greek. Ray tracing.
Right there.
What it's all about, boys.
This is the future.
You just get a red circle around the arms and put the focus like a red arrow.
Yeah.
The game is definitely unique. Like,
yeah.
I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, obviously, it's a lot similar to BioShock, Prey, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But being this type of game, it's just weird. This game is just weird. Which I like. We need more games like this. This is a very unique, creative idea, and we need more games like this because I feel like the gaming industry is going like Hollywood, where they're just remastering everything and they don't come out and do games anymore. Yeah,
like remastering could be nice, but when one company is just coming out with remaster after remaster, especially when you have several companies doing that, I feel like it gets a little boring really quickly, though. Because you want to have something new and fresh. Like, I get it because of coronavirus. Like, it's definitely, holding everybody back, whether it's just a normal job or you have, like all these different game developers trying to come out with different projects. But it's kind of like, okay, like, you've already done a remaster. Like, we don't want any more. Like, give us something new.
Yeah. I felt like originally with PS4 first came out, because when it first came out, we had a set, select games that were like new in general. Like Destiny came out, whatnot, but these other games that were new or whatever. But then we have The Last of Us Remastered, which was perfect and great because it was like, it rode off of that wave of, that was a great game. Oh, remastered, it made it look so much better. And I feel like, to me, that was one of the first remastered games I saw, at least for PS4. I'm sure PC had done it for a little bit, but remastered games that I've seen on PS4 that actually look really good because it had the PS4's capabilities. But then after that, it was a domino effect of that. It was like, oh, they like that. We should remaster all of our best-selling games. So all of a sudden, it was like, I don't know,
I like that.
Or whatever it is. Yeah,
you like that?
It was just like all of their special stuff, like Jack and Daxter or whatever it was remastered. And it was like, it's working.
Yeah.
But they were getting no original content after a point.
Do the freaking MMA kicks that these robots do?
I don't know why, but this guy fighting the robot reminds me of iRobot with Will Smith. You guys remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do. That's cool. But I agree. So I'm agreeing with you, Nathan, about the whole original content thing. Like, to me, this game looks really great, but I'm also kind of not really grabbed yet. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't look good. I just feel like it's not very interesting to me yet so far. I think it definitely looks creative and original, but I'm agreeing with you on your point where it's like, it's turned into a Hollywood for a while where there's just nothing original and it's all remastered. It's the same stuff. Another shooter.
Well, everything's from Russia. Like, that's the other thing too. Like right here, Like everything's post. Like I love like post-apocalyptic games because like I'm a huge fan of. Like I don't play a lot of like MMOs in the sense of you have like World of Warcraft. There's like ESO. I like open world like survival games. That's why I like Daisy or any other survival kind of game. Those don't get boring to me quickly. Like if there's a new one, I'm down to try it out. Totally will play it, especially if I have friends to play with. But I noticed that all those games, it's like they're all post-apocalyptic, set in some sort of place in Russia. Or maybe Germany would be cool too, but it's always like some place that's like out in Russia.
Europe. Yeah.
And like, especially with battle royales too, why not make one like you said with your idea? Why not make one where you can have like as much as Tommy guns like do kind of suck like in PUBG because just iron sight weapons get boring over time because they just don't do any damage. They're not unique at all. Like customization with attachments on weapons definitely make games a little more cool, especially you can fine tune the way that you want to play with the loadouts you want. Why not set it in a different area? Why not have like a game where you're in Italy? They're always either in New York, it's always Russia. Why not make one where you're like in Italy and then you got like
boys, sorry, I gotta take care of something. I'll be right
Mafia.
back. Hang on.
Sure.
Yeah, no worries.
You could do something with like the Mafia. Like you can have all these different ideas and make something new, but everybody kind of takes from the same things.
Exactly.
So
when was the last time you saw a game set in like survival apocalypse in Mexico? Or
right.
Like in Mongolia,
right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like China
there's any place
Australia.
like there's a lot of cool places that are out there like in the world, but they just don't choose to do it. For whatever that reason is. Like maybe that's because just it's the weather types. Of course, cold, foggy, rain definitely makes more for a gloomy, scarier environment. But I feel like you can always kind of play on that, like especially if it's post-apocalyptic. The world is changing. There's a virus spreading throughout the world. Like let's say this is in the sense of a zombie apocalypse. Maybe with that virus happening, the world dynamics change, and then the weather system's off. In the universe, whatever. Maybe it's raining somewhere that it doesn't really rain. Whatever. You can always make up your own stories. Things don't, and that's the other thing. Games are games. They don't have to be super realistic. You could just make something. But like the last game I played that had to deal with, I guess technically like the Mafia, was that one game that was called Spy vs. Spy on the Xbox, the original Xbox. Did you ever play that one?
Spy vs. Spy.
Yeah.
I never got to play Spy vs. Spy, but I know what it is though.
Okay. But yeah, this game right here though. If I can click on it. The weather's been screwing up everything here. But yeah, this game though. Yeah, this one on the original Xbox. Maybe I could find like some gameplay or something. But yeah, that one was fun.
I would love to see like a game like a Call of Duty set in like the 1920s, 1940s, like gangsters. So you're playing like
right.
Like that would be so cool. Like when was the game you ever saw that, or like an apocalyptic setting set in the 1920s? Where you have like Tommy guns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's been variations of that, but you don't see like full multiplayer games.
Right. So like this game, like this is, I guess, tactically like you could say like, Mafia, I guess with like the characters, whatever. It's like a noir, kind of setting for the game, but you don't see a lot of that. Like the only other game I could think of that is like noir-esque would be LA Noir, which literally has noir in the name.
What's dumb is you either get esports based games that are just competition. You get games that are zombie apocalypse but set in Russia, or you get what was the other game I was gonna say? Crap, I lost my thought. Okay, but anyways, like there's or you get.
Hey guys, I have something to do. I'm gonna have my associate take over. Michael, here.
Oh God. It's him.
Oh snap! Do I finally get to meet the highly liked Michael? What is this?
Yeah.
Dude,
I just got out of the gym.
You look like you lost your job and you're homeless. You just crawled off the street.
Caleb, wait, is permission to at least I don't look like I stuck dick.
I don't know how I'm going to recover from that one.
Wait, I'm the only one with the webcam here, so it can't be him. Dang it.
Oh,
What the
shoot.
heck?
Yeah, I got done working out like a man, not sitting down playing games like little boys.
That's right.
We're podcasting right now.
Oh, okay. So I won't say anything then, besides Caleb likes men.
Well, I guess you might as well stay here for the rest of the podcast.
Well, I gotta go home and shower.
It's too late. You've already crashed the wedding. You already crashed the party here.
Wedding crashers,
Yeah,
basically.
what game is this?
This one, it's called Atomic Heart.
I don't care. Never mind.
This is like an older gameplay video.
All right, I'll.
Basically, think about Bioshock set in Russia. There you go.
Oh, okay.
So it should be interesting.
Nathan, it is nice to meet you. Caleb, I'm glad you got to meet me.
You know,
Absolutely.
I thought I'd be a little more, nervous than I was, but it was good.
It was good.
Interesting. All right, I'm gonna fuck off here for a second.
All right, you do
I'll
that.
let you guys catch my backside.
Oh, God. Now we're gonna get demonetized, even though we're already
Yeah.
demonetized.
Oh, there goes our Twitch stream.
Yeah.
There we go. Dang it. Well, I guess now it's me and you.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know. Do you have any final thoughts on Atomic Heart?
I'm excited for it. I mean, like I said, it's every time I've seen something from them, like I guess it's not necessarily something negative, but whenever I do see something new from them, it's just a small gameplay video kind of showing off game. Some of the gameplay, like it's not necessarily even new mechanics. Like that's the other thing. They're not showing off something new from the game. It's just, hey, here's an update, here's a video. But I feel like it kind of keeps you on your toes and just kind of ready to expect either something new or just like, hey, here's an update. The game's gonna be coming out soon. Keep an eye out for it. So definitely showing off as little possible as you can of a game, but showing off some of the best parts.
What is this?
Look at this guy's face.
It looks special.
But yeah, definitely showing off like just a little bit of your game
Yeah.
can definitely help out with either try not to screw with high expectations or low expectations. Like I feel like it kind of definitely keeps it on that fine line in the middle.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think it'll be cool though. You did bring up this other one though.
Yes.
Day before.
So,
I didn't even
this
hear about
game
this one.
So apparently this game's been hidden for a long time now, and it just got released with the gameplay trailer, just like yesterday.
Mhm.
And the only reason I knew about it was because I went on YouTube and saw a guy, and he posted a video on it. And apparently it's a new MMO set in a zombie apocalyptic world. But it's an MMO, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Because how many times do we see new open world zombie apocalyptic game coming to you, and then it's all this hype and everything.
So real quick too, on the topic of like recognizing similarities in games, this shot, as soon as you two shots. When you first showed me this video, this shot right here, I was like, okay, Last of Us.
Yes.
This shot right here, Last of Us multiplayer.
Yes.
The way he's crouching, Last of Us. Here too. This shot right here too, a complete rip of the font from The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
But this opening shot right here, The Division. And so that's what made me kind of excited though, was I was like, dude, like a twist on, like, forget about Last of Us 2. I still, like, I want to play it just to be like, I don't know. I don't even know what I want to be like now. Because I don't expect anything cool from it because I already know what the game's good at, what it's like. Story sucks ass. Gameplay, there's nothing completely new. They haven't improved on any of the gameplay, make it unique at all. No new features. It's the same thing as The Last of Us 1, just a new title. But the story is worse than the first game.
Dude, it won Game of the Year, all right?
That makes it good.
That makes it good.
But, like, thinking of The Last of Us 1, to think of a game like that's that good, but then to see this shot and to think of how big the Division is, like that open world type of a game, mixed with The Last of Us, made me excited for it.
And look at this. So this is only just the city. Apparently, there's like a huge world for you to explore. Like this game is massive, and there's like snowy mountain areas. There's forests. There's city. There's ocean. I mean, anything you can think of is in this game. And so it is an MMO. So
my only problem is like, you know, a couple of seconds ago it just said that it was in-game footage. My only problem is I really hope it doesn't have a Watch Dogs / Division issue where they showed off of it, and it was hugely downgraded and it looked awful. Like on PC now, like it does look good now, but to see how it looked before, the shadows, like it looked like ray tracing was on basically. I don't even know if ray tracing was even a thing. I'm not sure how far that kind of went back with the ray tracing cards, but just the way that it looked, I really hope that this game doesn't have that issue and it's not as empty as it looks, you know, because
the setting. I love the Christmas Eve, like Christmas Day look setting. This is really cool. You don't see many games like this. Reminds me a lot of like the Batman Returns movie.
I like the Daisy style inventory though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, actually, dude, this shot, you're right. It looks like the Michael Keaton 89 Batman movie.
Mm-hmm. Like,
I think it's
like Penguin's gonna show up.
Yeah, Penguin. Yeah.
Or Catwoman. It looks sweet though. Yeah, I like this. I wish more games would be in like Christmas settings.
Yeah. Oh, Danny DeVito. It's gonna pop out.
You know, we've played a lot of Miscreated over the years, and like you played a lot of DayZ and different open world survival games. What are your thoughts on this game in general so far?
I think it'd be cool. I mean, because I love open world games. So there's two separate genres that I kind of split it into. With like you got DayZ, and then like let's say you have The Division. Those two kind of open world style games. The Division is more of an online open world co-op versus DayZ is an online open world PvP. DayZ does, The Division does have PvP, but it's when you go into, I forget what the mode was called, but it's where you go into this PvP mode, kind of like it was like an instance where you go in, you can try to kill players, get loot, and then extract. Like it was like this little kind of mini version of like Tarkov in that game. So there's two separate things. This one is, you said this one was going to be completely MMO open world, right?
That's what it says. It's a brand new MMO.
So with that, I think that one's going to make it really interesting because I can't recall a open world game that looked this cinematic, looked like a single player game, AAA title quality, like The Division, but being an open world style game, like very much like DayZ, Miscreated, all the other ones. The only thing that I don't know if this one's gonna have like in game
finally set in the United States. That's what I'm
so that's a huge thing too, is with the world. Like I said, that fixed that whole problem of it being over in like Russia or whatnot. Because to me, that's kind of a huge drawback. Is once you see Russian letters, like I could care less. Like it's cool. I do want to go to Russia, but when you've played 20 different games that are open world survival and it's set in Russia, it just gets stale, and you're kind of like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's just it feels like the same thing over and over. Yeah. This one, this is like Christmas Day or Christmas week. During basically all I can hear down the street is probably Joker going, hit me to Batman with his 20-foot long pistol. Like you know, it just puts a whole different spin on this kind of a game. But I'm excited for like, my only thing is with DayZ, the reason why I like those kind of games is when you have the in game, like the world chat, and nothing's really scripted. Like, I don't know if this one's going to be, I doubt this is going to be scripted at all. I think it's just going to be open world. You go in. Maybe they'll have quests, kind of like Tarkov, some stuff you can do. Hopefully they do, because just the regular open world style games like DayZ get a little old, because it's kind of like, okay, you just go in, you try to survive, try not to get hungry and die from farting. It's like, it just gets tiring after a while. You're like, it's like taking care of yourself in real life times 1,000. Like your guy gets so hungry so fast, he gets cold. It just gets kind of boring. So with this, I'm hoping it's leading more towards like the Division, where you don't have to worry about elements. You don't have to worry about your well-being, your overall mental state. So hopefully this one is a little more casual in that sense. That way you kind of go in and you're just more worried about surviving and fighting people.
Yeah.
So, but both of them have their different, different things.
And that's why open world games have come a long way, but they've also died out a lot, like you said, because I remember back when I was a teen and I got my Xbox 360.
Welcome back.
And I remember when the first Assassin's Creed came out, I was like amazed. I'm like, this game's gonna be awesome. Open world.
Yeah.
You could free climb, scale walls, assassinate people. This is gonna be sweet. Fast forward 10 years later, I'm like, oh great, another Assassin's Creed game. Cool.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, another zombie apocalypse game set in Russia. Great. All right, I haven't seen this before.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
you get
just
to
cool
free
see.
dive off of the Statue of Liberty this time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's cool to see a game take all great aspects of other
Modern?
games.
Assassin's Creed?
Yeah. Sorry, you keep cutting in and out, Shiloh. What?
Sorry, here. I should just turn
It's
off
your-
the noise suppressor.
Yeah, it's your compression.
Hang on. I was
There we
saying, is you guys saying they're making a new Assassin's Creed set in modern time, or
No. We're just talking about games being super, super similar, whatnot.
oh yeah, no, for sure.
It's okay. It was just an inside joke. You had to be there.
Right, man. Michael was. I had plans with Michael where he was gonna come by, and he brought me a crap ton of his stuff from his work. So
Oh, nice.
I got the hookups for all that stuff. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
no,
we were just
I
talking about
agree.
similarities with the games.
What did you guys already talk about the day before yet, or?
We were just on that one right now. I'll go ahead and restart the video here that you can kind of
Cool.
see.
All right.
But yeah, it very much looks like The Last of Us and like the Division for this game.
Saw a little bit of the clip. It looks pretty cool.
Like even the text here looks like The Last of Us.
It does. Yeah, it does.
And
my
right
first
here
initial
reminds me of
vibe-
the Division.
The first, I was gonna say, the first initial vibe I got right here was the Division.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton Batman right here.
Yeah, this whole map shell looks like I told Nathan I said I could just see the Joker and Batman down the street and he's just going, hit me, and then pulling out like the 8-foot long revolver.
Yeah. And just says bang when you shoot it on the end.
Dude, what if they had that pistol in this game?
That would be awesome.
Just as long as your body.
Okay, you know the one thing I don't like right here, it's not nothing the game at all. It's just the fact that I feel like, what are they going for right now? Are they going for like a trailer where it's in-game voices? Because the acting almost sounds like it's two players who are playing online.
It is.
That are like,
It is.
okay.
Yeah, that's just the in-game chat.
So this is
It's the playthrough. Yeah, it's a scripted
Obviously,
playthrough.
Scripted playthrough. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna
it's a
say.
scripted playthrough. It's one of those videos where they're like, ha, 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 yeah, man, it's good. I'll be over here. Oh man, work was hard. Yeah, basically. Dude, we should make a
So
fake.
we're gonna open up the door now. See what I find.
Yeah, we should. I could totally see us spoofing off of like a fake playthrough video.
Yeah.
We'll be like, all of a sudden down, we're like, oh man, dude, work was hard. Couldn't wait to get on this game. It's been a long day. And then Show's like, yeah, man, I got my pizza.
I got my. Did you see the sign on the left of the game? It says FCC. It's supposed to be KFC, but they're trying to cover.
Oh, really?
See that?
Dude.
Did
Yeah,
that.
look at the logo.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was
See?
like, huh, interesting. What would that be for then? What would that stand for?
They have Subpath. What is that one, though? Is it like a
Fried
Subway?
Chicken. FCC. It's supposed to be KFC, but it's just FCC. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, this show looks like Batman.
Yeah.
Meh, meh,
It's like
I wonder if
meh,
this is-
meh,
finally cooked
meh,
chicken.
meh,
That's what it
meh,
stands for.
meh,
By the way, is that the
meh,
gold? Is that the Golden Gate Bridge in the background?
meh,
See that? Or is that New
looks
York?
like it. Looks like it. This looks like
It
New
could
York,
be-
though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I can't tell. I mean, I don't see any sloped roads, so it's probably not
Yeah.
San Francisco.
I don't see any poop on the ground.
Yeah, almost everywhere.
I just
This looks pretty. This looks very similar to San Fran, actually. Never mind. It is San Fran.
yeah. Yeah, this actually looks very
Cars and
much
stuff.
like it.
This basically is
He's walking through pee. It's not even water. It's all pee.
Wait, Nathan, isn't there an actual best burger?
Best
There's
burger. Oh, yeah, there is.
there's a best burger right here.
Crawford. Oh, that's awesome. Huh.
Yeah, it's a best
They
burger.
should sue.
That's, ooh, yeah, right. Hey,
Wait, I thought this looked familiar. It's Martinez.
Basically.
It's the that's the bridge to Vallejo, and the poop factory's to the left.
Yes.
Just cruising down Pacheco. Oh, this is 24/7. 24/7.
They're all rip-off names. That's
like
all.
Dude, that's awesome though.
24/7. And this is 24 hours. Like, duh. I kind of got that from the top.
Yeah.
This is great.
That's hilarious, though. Yeah.
I like the music though. Hey. And partridge in a pear
this is my Kenny impression,
tree.
This is my Kenny impression, Nathan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When he used to do like the dance.
I do love the art style of this game though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's looking good.
Well, because he's wearing
Dude,
the
this
hat,
looks
so
so much
here we
like
go.
The Last of
like
Us.
dead a little bit because of the hat now, but it does make very Last of Us. Yeah, especially this scene right here. This is basically what happened in Last of Us, first one.
Got company. Could use some help now.
in the,
I wonder
in
if-
the convenience store with Ellie.
So I wonder if these like, dude, this looks so much like The Last of Us. The gunplay looks awesome though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game's gonna be a lot of fun, I think. I just hope that it stays like this because they always make games
Yep.
look so good and then they're crap.
Well, the problem is
really
they show it off
really
like
cool.
this, like this could be really cool, and then they drastically change it later on for some reason.
Yeah, I'm praying they don't do that.
Yeah.
No matter what, you're never gonna get a perfect game, just like the gameplay trailer. But
Yeah.
I'm praying they don't change too much before the release. So
Yeah, this game looks awesome though. I wonder if there's AI or if it's just PvP though.
this would be sick. Like if all
Oh,
together,
dude.
we, like, team
It's
up
like
as,
The
a
Last of
squad.
Us.
Remind me, the Division, wasn't it both that? Was there like NPCs to kind of cause problems and then actual players as well?
Oh, there's zombies too?
Yeah, there's zombies because it's
I
a
don't-
zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, no, I just thought it was like just an apocalyptic game. I don't know why I didn't
Well,
know it was zombies. This is cool.
Okay, on the Division.
Oh my god!
Was in the
There's so
Division was the NPCs too? And real players, or how was it?
The Division was just NPCs. They had PvP, but it was
Dark Zone, right?
Oh,
the dark.
the
It was called the
Zone.
Dark
Yeah.
Zone. It was kind of like Tarkov, like a little instance.
yeah.
Here.
For a while.
Yep. Yeah, anything you brought in there, you would lose, but you could get like really high tier stuff if you end up extracting.
I remember we were talking about this recently, and Hype was all like, "Yeah, I could be in the Dark Zone all day."
Yeah.
In the Dark Zone all day.
Yeah, this game does look really cool though.
It does, and yeah. Oh, look at all those.
Oh my god, dude!
zombies in there.
Did
Oh,
the YouTube
little-
compression? I can barely
the
see.
little like lights floating around, like the little fuzz things.
Mhm.
I like how they do that because that's what they did back in
Yeah.
The Last of Us, even on the PS3. And I like how they do that because it's like
This is
it really shows a like a musky kind of abandoned area, you know?
this game would be a lot of fun with friends. All of us walking around in the abandoned cities,
Yeah.
scavenging, and
I'm excited though.
meet up other gangs.
I'm excited
Yeah.
though because from what I could tell on this scene right here where he turns the corner, is that it's not like Left 4 Dead or any other kind of zombie game where just zombies automatically aggro. I like that they have to actually hear sound
Yeah.
to aggro. Like that's what I want back like in zombie games is like to be able to just walk around and then not be 2 feet in front of a zombie and then they're like, person.
Yeah.
Like they just whip around.
Dinner.
Because it
Last
makes
of Us
sense. Like if you're
kind of like
super
that,
silent, it makes
but-
sense.
Last of Us was kind of like that too, and I like that. It was like if you're behind them, you know, they couldn't see you regardless. But then if you got too close, then sure they can kind of feel you, I guess. But for the most part, it was like if you, as long as you didn't bump anything or whatever,
Right.
You know, they couldn't like.
Mainly
couldn't
mainly clickers. They just had to hear you.
So
Yeah.
I wonder how open world this game is going to be. As much as like, are you going to be able to basically go in every building in the city, or is it going to be like very limited? I wonder what you can do and what you
I'm hoping
There's
it's
gonna be
like
a
I'm
lot of
hoping it's
load.
every building,
Oh,
or at least most buildings though. But this game looks cool though.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm just happy that it's Steam
soon.
though. That'll come out
Yeah.
on PC.
It's cool. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I wonder, it's just coming soon, so I'm sure maybe in the next few months, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
They
That
kept
was
it a
cool.
wrap, so this game was like under the ropes, under the radar
Look at
for
this
a
guy's-
long time.
This guy's comment, yeah.
Whoever says let's split up should be insta shot by the other players.
Second comment. Second comment.
Yeah, remember guys, don't get your hopes
Your
up.
hopes up.
Gaming lately has been full of lies and deception. No
No
pre-orders.
pre-orders.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't sign a pre-order the game, to be honest.
What was
Yeah.
the fourth comment? That guy said, yes, another zombie apocalypse. Game
Yeah.
promising won't let us down.
I just hope it's promising it won't let us down. That's hilarious.
Instead of The Last of Us, it's going to be the Let Us Down game.
We've seen this type of stuff before with the Division, an online gameplay trailer like this is nothing like what the actual game will be like. It'll be kids screaming down their mics and running everyone around, jumping and rolling their way to the mission marker.
Yes. Those
True.
Make the best games, though.
True.
I love that. I
Well-
want it to be like old school PUBG lobbies.
Yeah.
Shift
Well,
it to my
moving
side.
on.
Yep.
Moving on from that one to our last topic.
you go.
Nathan, you had the balls. I did not. You finally finished it. What did you think of Resident Evil 7? So you played all of them but 6 though, right? Like you played a little bit of 6,
Yes.
but
So
6
I
wasn't
played-
really that great.
Now, yeah, I've played all the Resident Evils but 6.
Mhm.
I haven't played some of the spin-off games like
Right.
Revelations and all
Yeah.
that. And whatever, sue me. But I
Mhm.
did play all the main games from 0 to 7 now, other than 6.
Yeah.
Playing through 7, that game was terrifying. Just- and
Yeah.
I love to do that though. Like for me, when it comes to scary games, I always have to kind of psych myself up. But once you get in the game and you start like actually playing hours into it, you're like, okay, this isn't as scary as it out to be. Because
Right.
you start playing and you kind of get like used to the dark atmosphere where it's like it's like a Call of Duty to it. So you're just running
Right.
around the house. You don't care if something's gonna.
You're like,
jump scare
oh,
you. Yeah, you're like, oh, another jump scare. Didn't see
Yeah.
that coming. You know. So I loved it though, and I thght the new character Ethan, he's pretty cool. I'm excited to see him return for the new game.
mm,
Apparently, what I was reading up, little spoilers, but it's also in the trailer. When you walk into the castle, the big, tall lady with everybody's been fantasizing over lately.
Tickle bitties.
yeah.
Exactly.
It's
She
like
says,
her,
"Oh,
is her name Maiden? It's like her
you,
name is Maiden,
I think something like that.
I think something." And so when you walk in the castle, she says, "Oh, you escaped my brother's traps or something like that." So I think she's actually related to Jack from the swamp in
Huh.
number 7. So I think a lot of what the virus and stuff that was going on happens to do with what's in the castle. I don't know. We're gonna see, but I know you and Devin
Interesting.
were talking, Caleb, and you guys were saying that it looks a lot like Resident Evil 4, right?
Yeah, so it's
Similarities.
from what I had seen, this one, this is the third trailer, so it's not going to show anything really about like showing off of like game mechanics and whatnot.
Mhm.
But it's they still follow the first person perspective in this game. So
Yeah.
it's like 7, but it's kind of like Resident Evil 4, where you start off like in a little village, just like Resident Evil 4. You make your way up to the castle, and then you're exploring that place. So kind of like similar vibes. But they had also brought back the original Resident Evil 4 style inventory system,
Yes.
except for they
The
have
briefcase, right?
so they have the exact same thing as in 4, but they kept the crafting mechanics that were in 7. It's the best of like both sides in this game.
Yeah, I thought first.
I haven't seen any of the trailers, so I don't know what
Mm.
to expect.
So every every Resident Evil game has been third person ever since 7, and I thought 7
Yeah.
did so well with
Wait, you say third
Um,
person?
third person
Mhm.
with Resident Evil, but number 7 was the first ever entry in
First
the series that did first person. So
Yeah,
I'm excited that they're continuing with Village because I thought they did super well with first person
Mhm.
for 7, and I like Caleb was saying at one time. I couldn't see it any different. If it wasn't
Yeah.
first person, it wouldn't have been as scary, I don't think.
well, I don't think it would have been as scary, but also like with what was the The crazy guy with the LCS jacket on.
Oh, Lucas.
Lucas. So like
Baker.
so like with Lucas or any other character, like when he was looking into like recording, he was recording himself looking into the camera on the TV set, all those different scenes that you watch. I noticed like it's I can't remember where I heard it from, but it has to do with like psychology, where I'm pretty sure like Shao was like learned it before. I know you took psychology, but like with our eyes, like we naturally like when you talk to someone, you look at them in the eyes, like all the emotion is seen like in people's eyes. And I feel like when somebody's talking to you, especially in a game like that, whether it's an emotional scene or just like someone's crazy, you look at their eyes and it draws you more into kind of what's going on, what they're saying. And I feel like that's what's missing in third person, is you can have that in cutscenes, but the game is seamless between game and cutscenes. And it kind of just, it's this whole like unending atmosphere that's just kind of immersive. The whole, every step of the way. And if this game was third person, I don't think it would have had the same effect that it did, that it did have being first person. So I feel like that's what was a reason why they chose to go first person, especially with increasing the scare factor.
I played part of 7 in the beginning, but I got up to the house and that was it. That's all I played. I don't know how I did that.
Ding dong ditch.
I think I game shared with you or vice versa. Like that. I'm not really sure what it was, but anyways, I do understand what you're saying. I agree, because I feel like you could say the same thing about like BioShock. Can you imagine if BioShock was third person?
Right. Yeah.
It's not the same thing, because what I like about that is you're still playing someone who's not you. You're still playing a character that's part of the story, but it's part of the immersion where like when it's like Jack or this and that or like whatever the name is of whoever you are, and someone's talking to you, it's like you feel more like you're them and they're talking to you, even though you're still kind of watching this story play out. Yeah. Whereas if there was like some kind of cutscene or a moment where like characters are talking or this and that and it's third person, then it feels more like you're kind of just watching a scene unfold. I wouldn't say it makes it any less of a good game. Like, I still felt pretty immersed in The Last of Us, but I felt immersed in The Last of Us story. I didn't really feel very immersed into The Last of Us world.
Right.
Whereas with this game, that's the difference. It's like with 7, I feel like from watching Nathan, I could tell it seemed like the world felt more immersive, like you were more actually a part of it, even though you were still witnessing this thing unfold. But yeah, and I also agree with you, Kel, about the whole jump scare stuff. I feel like in playing RE4, I played some of 4, and I did play 5. Me and you played 5 all the time too, Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
I think when playing 5, it was a super fun game, and this and that, whatever. Yeah, come on. But I think imagine if they had Resident Evil 5, same exact game, remastered, whatever you want to call it, but then like switched to first person. I feel like the game could have felt a little bit different, but still, even then, the thing is, the game wasn't made for first person certain like things. Like with Resident Evil 7, a lot of the jump scares are like the character getting grabbed or stuff like that. But if you know what I mean? So I understand that game was made for more of a first person experience, because if you had that same jump scare, well, let's say something popped out of nowhere and grabbed your arm. Imagine if that was third person. It wouldn't have been as scary, because it wasn't like, it came out of nowhere and it grabbed my arm. Like, it's like, it came out of nowhere and grabbed whoever's arm. It's like you're more like watching it. So I agree with you. I definitely think that they made a good decision with going first person. And I think the jump scares and the way the game kind of was, it definitely looked more creepy, I would say.
Yeah. Well, I know the one thing that was different about this game too is they had puzzles. And then they had those little hidden features, like, you would tip over like an ashtray, look at the bottom, and then that would kind of like clue you in on the next puzzle and whatnot.
Yeah.
That would not be a thing if it was in third person perspective. It would just be a regular Resident Evil where you go in, you kill people, and it goes to the next cutscene or whatever, you advance through the story, that's it. So that plays a huge factor in the game as well. Especially with like, I don't know, just the way that things work around the map. Like some of it might be puzzles, like the one with the birthday cake, and then you gotta grab the little the wheel, turn on the sprinklers. All those little mind games that they try to play with you in game wouldn't be a thing if it was third person. I feel like even if they could pull it off, it doesn't feel the same, and you don't feel trapped. Like that's the thing is they trapped you in the house. You're trying to escape. You wouldn't really necessarily feel trapped if it wasn't first person. First person, you feel alone. Like it's just, you're a narrow field of view. You're just looking forward. You don't know what's around you, what's behind you. And like speaking of like that too, with PT, like just knowing that the woman in that game is coded to actually follow you right behind you every step of the way of that game. Like I don't know if you looked at that before. But PT, she's standing right behind you. She's standing right behind you the whole time. Like she follows you. Did you know that show? Yeah. So she follows you the whole time. Yeah. So it's like, so knowing about that, I feel like that's the constant feeling they want you to have in that game, is that you're just constantly being followed. You don't know if you don't know if freaking Kool-Aid Man's gonna pop through the next wall, with his hammer.
You want to play the trailer?
Yeah, so I feel like that's what makes it kind of separates it from all the other ones. We're trying to get all the words out, Nathan.
Hey now, think positively, all right?
I'm anxious to watch this trailer again.
We talked about this.
Oh, so that's what's her face from the last game, right?
Yeah, Mia. That's his wife from 7. He's probably having flashbacks or visions of her.
Oh, I saw the little description. It was saying husband and wife. So is this like a prequel or something?
No, this is a sequel. It's supposed to be the events after 7. I don't know if it's like years set or what, but...
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped that fool
Heisenberg.
Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him... No, Mother Miranda.
You can find me.
I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down.
Good shot. Cinematically.
Yes, I love the window in that shot. Very nice.
You guys see the phone? The phone looked really cool.
Yeah. There was a phone, huh?
This is full of nothing but blood and death.
Man, I just got the balls to play 7. Now I'm gonna have to play.
Dude, I know. I'm like, this one's gonna be creepier.
Ooh, wow, that's cool.
Hey.
That was this still, right? That was the screenshot?
Yeah.
Oh, apparently, you could have a bonus sound
Wow. Well, Ethan Winters. There you are.
One of the witches in that game, like the daughters, she apparently the actress she just passed away today.
Oh, really?
Really?
She was young. Yeah, I think she had
Dang.
like,
Who the fuck are
she had, like
you?
cancer. She was like colon cancer or something like that.
Let's see what you're
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, it's got chips. Okay.
Looks like Shiloh.
Yeah. Where's your sunglasses, Shiloh?
It's in my car.
We shall make the face. Make the face. Yeah.
Just need your sunglasses.
I was gonna say, you know who he reminds me of? Oh, what's that actor's name?
Now you know your Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
All right, Nathan. What are your thoughts coming out of 7 and coming into this?
Man, okay. So it looks like the same type of gameplay as 8. So I thought as 7, I mean. So I thought what was funny was during the gameplay trailer, like you were kind of laughing about it too. It's like they didn't really show off much. They showed off features that have already been done in other Resident Evil. They're like, you have a knife, you can break them.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you could do that in 7. And they're like, well, now you can. We're going to put a lot of emphasis on blocking the attacks.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you could also block in 7. So I don't get what's the difference here.
Yeah.
In gameplay, and they're like, there's a castle now.
There's a castle now. You're like, there's a castle in 4. What else?
Yeah, well, I feel like there's a castle. I'm like, ooh, yeah, actually looked really good.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. It
No, it's gonna be cool.
I mean, it's definitely gonna be interesting. Like 7 was really cool. I watched you play through the majority of that, and I thought the story was actually really interesting. Like that's the other thing too is I noticed I love first person games. Like ever since I grew up, I was playing like Medal of Honor. I played a lot of first person games after playing those, and so I prefer that perspective over a third person because it's just way more immersive. But I'm excited to see like what the story is going to be about, like what ties what together. Because like Chris Redfield's in this one, so
Yeah.
there's a lot going on.
There's gonna be a big twist for Ethan, the main protagonist. And
yeah,
he's gonna be in this one. He's the main protagonist in this one. So I feel like there's something coming that we just don't see yet.
Yeah.
That there probably is gonna be some sort of twist that he's like related to the family or something like that. I don't know, maybe not, but it just seems like he's gonna play a big role more than we know. So.
Right.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully this will upload, but look at the general chat really quick. This is the actor I thought of when I saw that bad guy.
Oh yeah.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, oh man, he's gonna play that guy pretty well.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I think it'll be cool though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it'll be cool.
Some of the vibes I'm kind of getting from that game though a little bit. It's like Until Dawn, a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it's only because like I'm like okay, I don't know. Did they do this with Resident Evil 7 where they had like the actors like be the models for the CG? Like, do they look like the actors or are they like just completely different?
I think they all look completely different.
You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah.
So Until Dawn, you guys remember Until Dawn? You know how they did that with the actors? So,
yeah.
Like, Rami Malek, they like had him like all just in the game and whatnot. I feel like that's the vibe I'm kind of getting from this game though, Until Dawn, where it's like actors kind of did the I don't know. I'm really trying to figure out what to say here, but it just seems like the story. I don't know how much talking or how much cinematics were in 7 because I didn't really play it and I watched Nathan play it, but it seems like this game is gonna have more cutscenes probably because it's gonna be more story driven. I don't know.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like 7 was story driven. I just feel like 7, from what I saw when Nathan played, it looked like they had their story going, but a lot of the cinematics were like really well integrated into the game. Where like right a 5 or 10 second like cinematic. All of a sudden, like,
they were very short. They got you straight into the game.
Be like more movie like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think 7 its purpose was to be a little more chaotic. Like it was very fast paced. Like he spent like 6.5 hours playing the game, and that was like over 2 days or so. So I feel like 7 its purpose was to kind of just rush you through. Like you did play on easy, but it seemed like it was kind of rushing you through, being a little more chaotic too, because you don't know where anybody else is going to be in the house. So it's just kind of this constant bombardment of these family members trying to kill you.
Yeah. Well, one thing they were mentioning was that RE7 was on a much smaller scale than 8.
It was.
So 8 looks huge compared to 7 because 7 was basically set in like 2 places in the whole game.
It was just in the Henderson's backyard. So
yes.
Question: if you guys know what's going on in this game or not, but I know Chris Redfield's gonna be in it. From what I was reading, it was saying like he's gonna be attacking their home, though, talking about like Mia and her husband or something. That's why I'm confused because I know you said this is after 7, it's a sequel, but. And I understand him seeing flashbacks. I understand that being a thing, but I don't know. When I googled the game, I was looking on the main website itself, and it was talking about like husband and wife, these new characters, but then it mentioned Mia.
Yeah.
And anyways, my point is though, it was saying that Chris Redfield was going to be like attacking these people's home or whatever, and I was like, something happened to Chris. I thought Chris Redfield was a good guy. Like, why would he be attacking their home when you're gonna be playing the new character or new characters? And then what? Chris Redfield's a bad guy? I don't know. Do you guys know what that's about, or know what's going on? Or
I have no idea.
Huh?
You guys have to see how detailed the teeth are, though. Like, look at the cracks in the teeth right there. Like,
I was reading up, and they said that apparently Village will address the ending in Resident Evil 7 and also conclude the ongoing story entirely from
Oh,
7.
okay.
So it is just
Huh.
like a direct sequel. I don't know
Okay.
how this is going to tie in, because you kind of, in 7, the very end, it kind of did leave you hanging in a way. So there's a
Right.
lot more to come that we don't know.
Yeah.
So,
And that'll be really cool, though.
yeah.
Definitely a lot more to learn from there. But
You're looking good, man, with those glasses.
one more time, Shallow, for the camera.
Yeah, give me 5 years. No.
All right, guys, that'll be it. That'll conclude for the podcast here. Thanks for listening or watching if you guys did. Let us know if you guys have any other topics you guys would like to talk about. If you guys are interested, it would be cool to collab. If anybody does want to sit on here on the podcast, talk with us. It's always cool to have more people in here. A little more input, different perspectives, a little more interactive. But let us know if you like this.
Michael Compton.
Yeah. Let us know if you like this layout for the podcast a bit more with the webcams. I think it's a lot cooler. Kind of just wanted to try it out this time. Reminds me of our old days of podcasting. It's nice to see everybody's reactions, faces on there too. But yeah, let us know what you guys think. If you guys enjoy this podcast, and we will see you guys in the next one. Take care.
See ya. Bye, people.